Chatrashta Shri Srimad Abhay Charam Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki Ananta Koti Vaishnavrinda ki Nama Acharya Shahridas Thakur ki Prem se kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shrivas Adi Gaur Bhaktavrinda ki Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gop Gopinath Radha Kund Shyama Kund Giri Govardhan ki Vrindavan Dham ki Mayapur Dham ki Ganga Mai ki Yamuna Mai ki Tulsi Devi ki Bhakti Devi ki Samaveta Bhaktavrinda ki Jai Nitai Gaur Paramananda. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Shri Ganesh Shri Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hare Krishna. So today, as a part of actually preparation for Janmashtami festival, then maybe we'll be a little bit talking about what does it mean and what we can do for festival. You can hear. So, Janmashtami, so it's on the Titi, Krishna takes birth, Janma. And it happens every year, we celebrate. We should be developing a little bit of awareness of what we can do. Any festival, and then Janmashtami in specific, we should try to be conscious. We should try to be conscious. These words, mentioned so many times. Yes, conscious, being Krishna. But maybe we didn't much. What does it mean? What Janmashtami? What does it mean? The path of Janmashtami. All these activities maybe we are aware of, maybe we are conscious, maybe to remind ourselves. Because Janmashtami is also, and we, servants of the Lord, want to please. So how can what we so we definitely can chant more japa, not just quality too. Maybe we can get here in the morning some japa already before. Then we can attend the Mangalarati and not chant japa. And we can see what we can do. Perhaps going on touches on decoration or other services need to be done. It's a time when we can more surrender some service, maybe some sweeping, something not preparing for the pilgrimage. Many come. And this way, then we can be engaged in what we want to please the Lord. And what elevates our... See, we should understand what does it mean actually. And pure devotee is a devotee who performs pure devotion all the time. Always absorbed. He is conscious of Krishna no matter what. Now, sometimes not be of Krishna. We are trying to be conscious of Krishna all the time. Sometimes more successful, sometimes less successful. Anybody, be it in a pure devotee or yet perform service. Difference is that you have the highest consciousness be performing service all the time. But can you do devotional service? Pure devotional service is which perform pure consciousness. We want to please the Lord. We want to please His Vaishnavas. And for that, I don't have any desire for my own satisfaction. I'm not sure everybody has this. When we want to surrender, we want to do something, and at just Lord, we make from Radha Madhava. We are fully absorbed. We actually absorb how we are absorbed. We don't think. So we are offering some prayer. Pray for somebody else. We are fully conscious of our pure devotion. When we activities, we may be distributing books. Why are we distributing books? Because we spread the everywhere. As said, some book, Bhagavad Gita, but I live my life. Then consciousness, I concern about the people, and I would like to share. So be that person take this book. Book may help me. This book became who I became conscious of my relationship with him. I'm his son. I'm conscious of why am I in this material world. I'm conscious of who are Krishna's enemies. With desire to share, we can encourage the person to read the book. Because you see, there's a communication, right? We want to something. So there are three ways how we can communicate. There is the words, there is the body, the language, and there is also the consciousness, no, the mind. If everything is in line that we want to give the message, then everything is going to be perfect. If we are conscious of what we want to, what message we want to give, and at the same time we may not be expert in speaking too much, then still, even though it's not perfectly given the message, but the consciousness of the person is, I would like to take the message. The consciousness is right, it will get through. However, if we are now great speaker, we can communicate, we can show, no, we can dress the body, we can look very like a gentleman, and everything should be there. But our consciousness is not to help the person. Maybe we want to steal something from him. That's why we want not to present ourselves as a trustable people, but maybe we are not. So that message does not get through because the consciousness was not put into it. So if we succeed in focusing the consciousness on the activity, what we want to do, we will always be successful. Sometimes we may say, okay, I was conscious, but I was not successful. I mean, just now, okay, we can say example from Bhagavatam, Maharaj Anga. I'm sure he wanted a great son. He is a devotee, great devotee of the Lord. But his son was born not as a great devotee, he was born as a rascal. And he did everything perfectly. But Maharaj Anga, he tried his best as the king, as the father, as the husband, and it didn't work out for him. But it did work out for him. Because he was able to give all the attachments. And in his case, giving up all the attachments, that was a big deal. He was the king of the whole earth. So everything was under his command. But he was able to give it up and pursue devotional service. Because he didn't have any regrets. He tried his best. And Krishna, he arranges. So this is the relationship of a servant and the Lord. Everything accepted. We may not see at the moment how it is good for us, but if we wait a little, then we will figure out how it is the best, and why it is the best. So, to purify ourselves, to be able to see these moments, festivals are excellent opportunity. So what we can do? So like we mentioned, okay, some seva, looking for some seva. Maybe we don't find anything. I'm sure there will be Harinams around. We can join Harinam. We can take few books and go and distribute some books to the pilgrims with the proper consciousness. I remember one devotee, there was one Mataji, and she was distributing books. But she once she met father and son, and she came and offered, okay, I have some spiritual books. Would you like to take one? And no, the son said, no, we don't want. I don't want anything. Then she asked, why you don't want to study something spiritual? Oh, we are Muslims. Okay. And do you read Quran? No, I don't read Quran now. But you say you are a Muslim, it's your religion, and that's your book. Why don't you read? No, I don't believe in God. But why you don't believe in God? Because God took my mother away. Okay, and why did it happen? And she started to talk with them. She spent with them 2 hours, conversations. After that conversation, then what it came was that the son and the father, both, they were very interested. And she didn't insist, now take the book, you have to take the book. Actually, no. The father said to the son, okay, look, if you want to take the book, take it and study. The son said, no, I want to take the book. He took the book and he gave a donation from what I know, $100. Okay, she may not have distributed many books that day because she spent time with these father and son, but she shared her realizations. She was conscious of that she was affectionate to them, to the jivas. They had been in difficulties, but through the affection, her affection as a devotee, she was very much concerned about both of them, and because of that, then they were able to accept, and I'm sure they studied the book. So that's when the consciousness is right. That's what happens. So when we do seva, then we should also have the consciousness right. Why am I doing it? Okay, we may be conscious. I'm doing it for Krishna. Fine, that's good. Maybe, no, I'm conscious. I'm doing it for the devotees. That's great. You please devotees. Krishna is even more pleased than when you try to please him. But sometimes also it happens that I have to work I have to do so many things. And I even forget, why am I doing it? We should remember why we are doing it. Husband has to work. Why is he working? Because it's his duty to maintain the family. Who is the family? The family are the devotees. What is his duty? To take care of the devotee wife. His duty is to make the child Krishna conscious, to wake up the Krishna consciousness in him. He needs to do that. To do that, he also has to maintain. So that's why he is doing. So he can indirectly remember why is he doing. He is also Krishna conscious. And when festival comes, then there is nothing, no need to do. Generally, offices are closed, everything is closed. For what? Not to take the holidays from devotional service, but rather have the time to fully absorb ourselves in devotional service. So we can chant our japa, we can take the seva, or we can participate in kirtan in the temple, or then we can do something directly for Krishna. So, when we have festival in Mayapur, then we celebrate the festival, then directly worshipping Radha Madhava. How do we worship them? And in the morning, then we perform the samskaras for the Lord. And that's happening now every year. They do it actually, in many temples. Radharaman temple they also do. And why? Because these are prescribed by Srila Rupa Goswami in his book, the Krishna Janmatiti Vidhi. He gives us the way how we can celebrate Krishna Janmashtami. So then we can do that. We can either do it ourselves at home, but since we are living next to the temple, we can come to the temple and be part of the celebration. Because there the pujaris, together with the Gurukul boys, then it will be done. We can be there. It doesn't matter whether we are doing it or whether we are participating. It's the same level of worship. Mangala Arati. Somebody is there to do the Arati. That's one person. Somebody is there to sing. That's also one person. But there are thousands of people around. Now, somebody may think, okay, if I don't do the Arati, then I'm not actually not doing anything useful. That's not true. A person who does the Arati, he serves the Lord by doing the Arati, he gets the benefit. He gets Krishna consciousness. A person who sings, he is singing for the Lord, and he is also singing as a leading singer, to be able to make it the atmosphere as most pleasant for Krishna. And the others, they follow in the mood of the leading kirtan singer to help to make the atmosphere sublime. So anybody can participate in the Arati. And anybody can become Krishna conscious. Of course, if we choose that, we will not, and we will just chat and then take it as an opportunity for some, like maybe socializing, then we may not be Krishna conscious. But who wants to be, can be Krishna conscious. So now when the samskaras are happening in the temple, so the same way we can be fully absorbed in the worship of Radha Madhava. So I have brought the book, the Krishna Jamatiti Vidhi, and I was thinking at least to, little bit, in very like a short way, bring it closer to you and then tell you what samskaras are going to be performed that day. So then you already have some little idea, little knowledge, and you know what's happening. Because once it's happening, it may not be always very easy to understand, but so then you have an idea. Then, there are many Krishna pastimes going on. Kirtan is going on. There were some dramas going on. And in the evening, then we will be preparing for then the main part of the day, then when Krishna is born at midnight. So at that time, Abhishek is being performed. So I can also mention in very like a short way what actually the Abhishek is, what's being used for the Abhishek, and how it's going to go. And this is one thing. You come to Mayapur, and because the temple of Radha Madhava and Ashtasakis, then yes, it's the main temple, it's the headquarters of the society, so it's expected that there will be high standard of worship. But if you go somewhere to some temple, where it may be small temple, and when they perform Janmashtami, then if you have the consciousness to please Krishna, you want to do something, and you are inclined to help with the worship of the Lord directly, you may also help the devotees to perform maybe the samskaras or do the abhishek according to their capacity, whatever they can do. Because many times they do very simple abhisheks. Not that they don't want to do any more elaborate abhisheks, but they just don't know how to. So, little guidance. Whatever you see is happening in Mayapur, with little guidance, you may help them to do something more elaborate. That helps people, again, to be more Krishna conscious. When they see it, they will think of Krishna. They will be amazed. And that's the whole purpose of festival. Everybody should be fully absorbed in Krishna consciousness throughout the day and throughout the night. So, in the morning, then at 9 o'clock we will be starting. And the yagya will be happening. And during the yagya, then we will perform the samskaras. As you know, probably have seen, then small Radha Madhava on the palanquin, they will come out. And there will also be a boy, then enacting Krishna, and Madhuri Yashoda and Nanda Maharaj will also be there. So they will sit for the yagya when the samskaras are performed. So at that time, then all these samskaras are being offered to Krishna. Now, maybe a little bit about samskara. What is samskara? Samskara is about that we are trying to develop some impression in the person for whom the samskara is done. Now, the most important samskara Srila Prabhupada points out among the Dashavida samskaras, then is Garbharana samskara. That means that the time of conception. So then, no, whatever the consciousness of the parents is, then the same consciousness, the jiva of the same consciousness will enter the womb. So therefore it's very important that the devotees, they are very conscious during the conception time, because if they are Krishna conscious, then jiva, which is Krishna conscious, will take birth. And that's what we want. So, we will be then doing the samskaras for Krishna from the time of the Janma. So when Krishna is being born, then there are certain ways, certain procedures which are being done to the child so that he gets some ghee for great luster, for great knowledge, and for health. And he also gets just like few, like it's a powdered barley. And that time, that's for strength. So then he will be strong, again healthy, and many things. So that's for auspiciousness. So then the child, when he is born, he is exposed to, or he is given now all the possibility that he can develop these qualities. During that time, again, the consciousness must be, yes, we want to give it to the child. We want, out of affection. It cannot be just one is doing yagya and not thinking about what he is doing and thinking that everything will happen properly. Like we mentioned in the beginning, it's the consciousness which carries everything. So, the consciousness of the people involved, that means also those who are participating. It's very important. Now, we do samskaras for Krishna, right? Because then Nanda Maharaj did samskaras for Krishna. But why do we do samskaras for Krishna? Krishna, he is Bhagavan. He doesn't need any of those, rituals. He has all the best qualities. But Krishna, he appeared, first, Paritrana Sarunam, to give association to please devotees and to show what should we do, how we should do it. So therefore, he goes to Gurukul, right? He has the samskaras done. He is acting like a small boy. He plays, he does everything, but he doesn't have to do it. He is doing it, so then we can see, we can take good example what should be done. So, he is pleased when devotees are doing service for him. So the samskaras are also service. So we follow in the footsteps of Nanda Maharaj, then to celebrate his birth by doing the samskaras. So the janma. Then there is a nishkramanam. Nishkramana samskara is about that when the mother goes with the child for the first time out. Out where? She goes to the temple. Right? She goes to see the deities. Then in Nandagram, then Nanda Maharaj would take Krishna to Nrsimhadev. There is Nrsimhadev there. as the family deity. So then, here, where do we take Radha Madhava? To Nrsimhadev. The child, for the first time, he should see something the most auspicious. He sees the Lord. He sees the devotees. And it is also in the Shastra described that when the Nishkramanam is happening, when the child goes out, then he should be exposed to some very auspicious sounds. He should be exposed to auspicious sights. He should be exposed to auspicious smells. Because these are the first impressions of the child of this world. So when he gets impression of the spiritual, temple is the Vaikuntha. Everything there, it's connected to the Lord. So that's how he gets the impression. He will be always seeking for the Lord, like Parikshit Maharaj did. So that's why it's so important. So, Nishkramanam, that is Namakaranam. Krishna gets his name. Then we have Chudakaranam, and the shaving is the head. We also do to Radha Madhava. Then the first grain Krishna accepts. The time, the child, actually he accepts Mahaprasadam, sweet rice, from the Lord. So again, the first grain which a child eats is Mahaprasad. So that's why we do all these. Then Krishna gets Karnaveda. He gets his ears pierced. Now, the piercing of the ears is actually very important. It's very auspicious for small boys. When it's done for the boys at the young age, around 5, 6, 7 years, then it helps them to control the lust in the future. It doesn't help later on. So when it's done for somebody who is already in puberty tries to do that, it doesn't help with the lust anymore. It helps only when the child is small. It also helps the child to be able to more focus and to absorb the Vedic teachings, scriptures, shastras. So that's what is done. Then, when Krishna starts his education, then what does he do? He does the Vidyarambha. Then that's a samskara which he, for the first time, he learns how to write. He knows how to speak, but he learns how to write because the teacher is going to teach him. So it's about that, okay, now I'm accepting you as a student and I'm going to teach you the beginning of education. And later on, and Krishna accepts Upanayanam. That's when the teacher sees that he is ready to start learning the spiritual subjects. So at that time, then the child, or here in Krishna, this is Upanayanam. And after that, then he's fully accepted by the teacher as a full-fledged student, and he's teaching, and he teaches him everything that he knows. So these are the samskaras which they will be performed on Saturday than for Krishna. If you can probably study it for yourself more in depth, as we don't have much time, but you can be more conscious when we are doing the samskaras. When we are doing the samskaras, you know what's happening. And be part of it, then to also try to offer that to Krishna as the service, that you are sitting there and then just being, participating, watching the ceremonies. That's all. You can do such way, you can do a great service to the Lord. It's very pleasing to the Lord. It's very personal. And one can do it out of great affection for the Lord. Radha, Madhava, they are very reciprocating deities. So don't lose the opportunity. Try to be there, participate. And same in the evening, then with the Abhishek. It's a great ceremony. The Lord is being bathed. Right? He is being worshipped, with the 16 upacharas, and one of the upacharas, then the Abhishek then becomes very elaborate. So there are so many things which we are bathing the Lord in. Panchagavya, or the 5 substances from the cow. That's milk, yogurt, ghee, then cow urine, cow dung. Then he gets bathed in kusha water. Then panchamrita. Then it's milk, yogurt, ghee. Then there's a honey and sugar syrup. And then we offer then the sugar syrup water with different scents and colors to the Lord. So it looks very beautiful. And you can see how the Lord is very pleased when it's being done. So when we are trying to develop the atmosphere such a way, so then we are also trying to please the Lord, just appreciating. Then Krishna will be very pleased. In the spiritual world, it works the same. How many devotees can serve Krishna directly? One. Srimati Radharani, she serves Krishna directly. Everybody else serves through her. The gopis and the manjaris and the helpers of those and the helpers of the helpers of those. And that way we can actually, anybody can serve Krishna by serving by serving devotees of the devotees of the devotees of the gopis of Krishna. So here, the same way, we are trying to please the Lord. So then, we can see how we can fully absorb our consciousness on the Lord by being absorbed in service to other devotees. We can be nice to each other. We can give space to each other rather than fight. We can be absorbed in serving our Guru. Because our Guru, he is the one who gave us the opportunity that we can serve Krishna. If there wouldn't be our Guru, then what would we do? Who knows? Some nonsense. We can be absorbed in serving Srila Prabhupada. Because of him, then everybody is here right now. He gave the opportunity. So then we can be absorbed in being so happy by getting the opportunity and therefore trying to give something back. That something back, just a little bit of service for Krishna, just a little bit of consciousness. And we may have some amazing festival here. The atmosphere, when everyone is conscious of pleasing the Lord, then the Lord definitely gets pleased. And what happens when the Lord is pleased? Everybody will be pleased. So we can try that. We can try doing things such a way so then we do our best to try to serve the Lord to our best capacity. And why the fasting? Well, because we want to serve the Lord and we don't want to necessarily spend more time cooking for our eating. Of course we will be cooking. We will be cooking for the Lord. The Lord will have his meal. The Lord will have his feast. But we take our austerity. So rather than spending time eating, then we can chant our japa, we can be absorbed in the direct service of the Lord. And because we don't even feel hungry. There's no point of, okay, I'm fasting, so therefore I should be sleeping now, otherwise I will get hungry. That's not the best consciousness. We should not do it like that. So if we do that, we will please Krishna. And when Krishna is pleased, everybody will be pleased. So I would like to request, please help us to make the festival very nicely. By giving your time, giving your effort, and putting your consciousness in the festival. Look for opportunities to take up service, whatever you can, and if there is nothing left, just absorb yourself in chanting of the holy name, and there cannot be anything, nothing will go wrong. Hare Krishna. Any questions? I don't know. Yes. Maybe take the mic.
Hare Krishna, I just have a question that if one wants to be a devotee but he still likes all this materialistic stuff, book, clothes, etc., can he be a devotee?
Sorry, say it again.
If one wants to be the devotee but he still likes this materialistic stuff, can he be the devotee?
Yes. Yes, he can be a devotee. No, there are devotees who practice devotional service through Sakama Bhakti. Then there are devotees who serve Krishna through Naishkarmya. And there are also devotees then who are serving through Prema Bhakti. So all these devotees, they are devotees. There are different levels of devotees. So the Sakama, he performs devotional service, but he still has desires of his own to fulfill. So he does basically what he is attached to, he likes. But he is conscious that this is not the best. So at least what he does, he offers the results of his activities to Krishna. So that way, Because he's offering the results, he is a devotee. Even though externally it may look like that he's just attached and no, he's not very high-class devotee, he's not focused, but because he offers the results of his activities to the Lord, he's already considered a devotee. When he does perform the Sakama Bhakti, then very soon he will come to the level of Naishkarmya. He will develop the desire through the offering the results to the Lord, consciously offering the results to the Lord. Like he cooks what he likes, but he offers that to the Lord before he eats. That's a devotee. But he cooks what he likes. So he is a Sakama devotee. But then, through those offerings, through those sacrificing the results to the Lord, he gets purified. When the heart gets purified from the anarthas, then he will be able to see, why am I doing what I like and I'm not considering necessarily what the Lord likes? Comes with the purification. So then he starts thinking, Krishna, what do you like the most? What can I offer you that you like the most? So the consciousness of the Sakama Bhakta, he's maybe conscious of Krishna only at the time when he does the offering. Other time maybe not. But at the time, no, when he's Naishkarmya, then he's not thinking about himself. So he is thinking about the Lord throughout the cooking. Like Yamuna Mataji. No, once Srila Prabhupada said that when she cooks, there is no need for offering. Because she cooks and she's so absorbed in Krishna that actually it's already offered. Krishna ate it. That's the proper consciousness the devotee should have. So that's the higher platform. So we should try to achieve that. But if somebody is not on that platform yet, he's still a devotee, as long as he is consciously trying to serve the Lord, at least by giving up the results of his activities. So that should be there. Yes? Hare Krishna. Yes.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, thank you for your lecture. My question is that if you cook what you like, then you offer to Krishna. That means while you are cooking, you are enjoying subtly. So will that preparation accepted by Krishna?
Well, yes, you see, you have your attachments. What do you like? Just give an example.
Okay, for example, I like to eat pizza.
Okay, so then, all right. So you like the pizza, and then you like the pizza probably, some nice way. You have your way which you like it the most, right? So this is what you know is the best. And you do it according to what you know is the best. So you must buy the best preparations, best ingredients, what you know, and you do it to your best knowledge, best intelligence, best mind, right? But in the process, you, maybe not all the time, but sometime you'll be thinking, okay, I have to offer it to Krishna. Oh, look, the offering is in half an hour. I have to start already now. You are thinking already of Krishna. You may not be fully absorbed, but there is I'm going to offer it to Krishna is there. So yes, you are thinking, oh, I have to put some capers or some some artichoke or no, whatever, some tomatoes. No, this is the best way how I know it. I know. But I want to offer it to Krishna, the result. Of course, I'm attached because I want to eat it also. But the consciousness is there even though not fully matured. And then, the different from the Naishkarmya, now at the Naishkarmya is about, Krishna, do you like pizza? No. What else can I do for you? What do you like more than that? And you can maybe read, Govinda Lilamrita, Chaitanya Charitamrita, and then you will figure out what the Lord likes. And you may not know all these preparations, but if you want, you can go and learn. You may not taste this preparation, so you don't know if you like it or not, but you may learn to like it. So it's all about, if Krishna likes this the most, it must be the best. Let me try it out. So in that way, then you are thinking about, not how it tastes, because you may not know, but how does Krishna likes it the most? Okay, I got taught that, it should be done like that. No. There are a few preparations Krishna likes, there are a few preparations Srimati Radharani likes. So we can try to make these preparations as our service and not thinking about ourselves, but thinking about the Lord. And at the time it's in Naishkarmya. It's for Krishna. So the difference is very subtle. Yes? Hare Krishna.
On these festival days, the temple room gets really crowded. It's so packed that you can't get a cat inside. And you wonder, what is my individual input? Is it really any value to try to get another person inside this place?
Oh, at that time, when we are in the crowd, we can practice Trinalapi Sunichena, Tarurapi Saishna, Amanina, Manadena, and then Kirtanya Sarahari. So, yeah, we may have to be tolerant, we may have to be very humble. Like at that time, when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was visiting Jagannath Puri, Jagannath Mandir, and there was the lady who wanted to also see Jagannath, so she climbed up on Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He was not against, because she wanted to see Jagannath. So her consciousness was Jagannath, Jagannath. It was not, I am a woman. So therefore, she didn't disturb Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So then, we can practice. Okay, I'm getting such a nice darshan of the Lord. Now some pilgrims come in front. I am grateful I had that darshan of Jagannath, of the Lord, for maybe so many minutes. Let the pilgrims also take some darshan. In fact, we can, because we took some darshan, then maybe we can just go a little back so others can take darshan. There are some children, let them go in the front so they can take darshan. Maybe child, we can pick him up also and then so he can take darshan. When we go to the big Indian temples, like Balaji, you get darshan for a few seconds. And you have to be happy with that. And people wait for the darshan for many hours, sometimes even days. And they are so grateful that they got few seconds of darshan. That's the intensity. So we should also be happy. I got darshan. Amanina. I didn't expect it. I got darshan, and I got darshan maybe for a few minutes. I'm so happy. And with that, then it can be very intense. But if we are like family, if I don't see the Lord, there is no point of me being here. If that's the consciousness, then we will not get the intensity of the darshan. It will be different. So that way, and then we can maybe even take darshan, and after that help, maybe organize the people so they can take darshan. Maybe the security will need it, maybe. Or we can preach to the people about how to take darshan. We can do so many things. So then, that will be very pleasing to the Lord. That will be also that we help the people to take darshan. Lord will be more pleased, and we may get darshan different way. Like Maharaj Jai Singh, he was doing puja for the Lord at the time when actually the enemies attacked Jaipur. So he could not go because he promised the Lord, this is your time. So, but without him going, nobody can lead the army. So Krishna himself, he manifested as Maharaj Jai Singh, and he led the army, conquered the enemies, all while Maharaj Jai Singh was doing puja in the deity room. And then after it, he was so much in ecstasy, and he felt so much separation that, Lord, you gave darshan to everybody else. They saw your form, but you didn't give it to me. And in the separation, he was crying, and he got darshan of the Lord. So it's not about necessarily seeing, it's about the consciousness. And the consciousness can be, not everybody will get the opportunity to see the Lord, but everybody will get the opportunity to be with the Lord, if the consciousness is right. Hare Krishna. Jai Shri Prabhupada ki. Jai Nitai Gaur Pramanande.